Depression ikikikin manzeni takiban. Kishash, kobash, kishash, kobash, kishash, kobash, kishash. You want a quickie in an Uber chop chop. Kama soja boy she makes it clap clap. Hii samosa ni kama nzi yako. Ai, venye ina slap kishash. Kishash, kishash kwa bash. Kishash, kishash kwa bash. Kishash, kishash kwa bash. Kishash, skiza, everything you say has a consequence. Anatingisha ungedhani ni effervescence. Manzi yako yeupeana na confidence. Amjidena man, I feel like a classic man. Amekata tatu na bado wa bleki. Ni kama gari imeachilia breki. Na manyaru zitafanya mini kreki. Nikasupuka poa kakona jegi. Ai usidozle huyo mimi nina kama. Manze huku nje naitwa 1 minute man. Ati mi uboba tamon ID man. Depression ikikikin manze nitakibani. Kishash kishash kwa bash. Kishash kishash kwa bash. Kishash kishash kwa bash. Kishash.
The process that give you a chance to appear today. I want to confirm that the supporters list you submitted has met the requirements, and we are now confirmed that you have the minimum requirements of supporters required for this exercise. And so on that ground, we have accepted your application for nomination as a presidential candidate for the 2022 general elections. And we wait for the certificate which will be printed, to sign it, and of course together with the sample ballot proofing paper. So congratulations, we wait for the secretary. Yes.
Probably if you can allow me, Mr. Chairman, to take this humble opportunity by first of all thanking God, because everything that we do in this world, we put God up front. And when we get men of high intelligence, intellect, and integrity, who are preparing the leadership of this country towards proper emancipation, men and women of vigor, men and women of integrity, a commission of integrity which will look into everything, all aspects of your life, regardless of who you are. And they point to you and say that you are not fit, or you have erred here, and they give you the opportunity to do so. That means Kenya is attaining the highest level of democracy in this world.
Speaking of marijuana, it looks like you're indulging a little too much in a product we say you would legalize if you become president.
Definitely. The entire world. Look at the people who took over from Mwai Kibaki besides Uhuru Kenyatta. Look at those cowboys and those mediocres and middlemen. Wanashona t-shirt ingine tunashika tumbo na simu na V8. Tunatembea hapa tukiambia watu sasa sisi ndio tunaenda kuchange your future. These thieves and crooks, my friend, let me take over the presidency and I'll teach these people how to rule this country.
Did you listen to the Hot Breakfast this morning? Here's what you missed.
He has declared he's running for president under the party Roots Party of Kenya. He says we need to shake the tree. In his words, Professor George Wajakoya has done everything from being homeless to digging graves to being a security guard to being an OCS.
And now he's a whole professor.
Oish, Omera.
It is not easy being a professor, Bwana.
And he seriously wants to run for president. He says one of the things he's going to do is legalize bang farming.
The holy herb, as it's called in some circles. The blessed tree, the tree of wisdom.
Yes. And he says official work days in Kenya will be only between Monday and Thursday. Friday being a Muslim prayer day. Saturday and Sunday, non-working days.
Wow. Then he has said he introduced the death penalty for the corrupt individuals. Man, so then the whole of Kenya will go. Our population will decrease to 90,000.
Mediocres and middlemen now coming up and saying, and you find him, and I wanted just to give an example for you, but I think you're okay. Wanashona t-shirt ingine tunashika tumbo na simu na V8, tunatembea hapa tukiambia watu sasa sisi ndio tunaenda kuchange your future. These thieves and crooks, my friend, let me take over the presidency and I'll teach these people how to rule this country. We need Kenyans at the common mwananchi down there to be proud of himself, to be proud of this country. I need Jeff to walk freely. Jeff is somebody I would make a minister if God gave me the opportunity, because he has done what he has done. He has been outside this country. He's worked in the international atmosphere. He knows what it takes to be a journalist. He knows what journalists go through from the international platform and local platform. This could be my minister for information, so that he can
endorsement in my part. But let's face it, Professor, your chances of being president of Kenya are slim to none.
And I like it that way, because what God has is bigger than the slim. You know, the materialistic mindset will have its own agitation, but the spiritual mindset, which actually nobody can dupe in, even Prophet War cannot go in the brain of God to know exactly what God is thinking, is something else. 2 days ago, I brought up something that has taken this country into another conversation.
Yes.
And now, if that conversation can make me trend, and the younger generation who these people are trying to buy, come rainfall and sunshine, can decide. The younger generation, the marijuana generation, the generation that I want them to grow with money in their pockets by legalizing marijuana for export and medication. You never know. One day is like 100 days, and these slim chances could turn out. The only thing I pray is that Lord, those who listen to me make an informed choice. Otherwise, they are going to go back to the same people whom I call or tag as hyenas. People who do things, who shout a lot during the day, but do evil at night, and we know who they are. They are not even telling this country about the monies they have gotten. Country is in a mess, and that's why God has brought COVID to destroy some of these people. But unfortunately, even though I was a victim of COVID recently, COVID was not directed to the right thing. I'm not wishing people to die, but I'm telling you that there are some people who ought not to be alive because of the criminality aspect of looting and cleaning the assets of this country without caring for the future. And that's where I am.
Now tell me, because I read your story of how as a 3-year-old your parents abandoned you, all right? Then you went to find your mother in Uganda. I'm assuming you were 3 years old when you went to Uganda.
Not really.
Okay.
It was later on.
That is just for clarification. What do you have planned for the children of this country? Because a lot of children go through a lot of stuff like abandonment, some are street kids, schooling, so what do you have planned for kids so that their future is kind of sort of guaranteed?
When I grow enough marijuana, every kid will be happy.
Because of the second-hand smoke, Mama?
No, I will have enough money to give them what they require.
Which is what?
Free education.
We have free education now.
Who told you it's free? Did you talk to Magoha and ask him why kids are being sent away? They say it's free on the mouth. Free, but it's not free. Ask any parent, they will tell you, look, it's not free. Professor, but then I also don't like the word free. What I'm saying is free for the vulnerables. If we have all the people who cannot help themselves, people with disabilities, people of certain age brackets, people of certain economic brackets, then we can actually come up with a rebate system so that we don't just have Kenya as a welfare state as these people are talking. But if you have enough marijuana to plant and export, then we shall be sleeping during the day just like what Arabs do. They have enough oil. All they do is to sleep during the day and go to the mosque on Friday and then smoke marijuana.
Yes, this marijuana thing is really looks like it's the core of your
but
manifesto.
There's a few countries that have marijuana. Now imagine if half the world has marijuana available. Don't you think the value will go down? So you have to have like a backup plan. What's your backup plan besides marijuana? Because there could be a storm and then the harvest is not too good.
Yeah,
what happens?
Yes, and that's...
We just listen to reggae as a country and say everything will be all right? Everything will be all right?
That was my immediate concern. But I also have other areas to look at.
Okay.
I have to look at the coconut planters in Mombasa.
Yes.
To find out how we can sustain coconut growth. We have to look into privatization of agriculture. so that we can have competitiveness in planning and implementing. Kenya is a vast country. If Israel can do what it has done, and it was only created in 1948 to convert the desert into an agricultural environment, why can't we do this in northeast and what have you? And yet Kenya has got 7